Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and thank you for joining me for episode 3 in my first blind Let's Play of Betrayal in Antara. If you were not here for the first couple episodes, young William and Aaron are still on their way to Panizzo, but we have picked up Kaylin, the brassy young huntress, I assume is what she is, because she is carrying a bunch of animal skins, and of course, she's skilled in archery. Well, she's not very skilled right now because she's injured, but we'll take care of that. First, however, since we are pretty close to it, I want to run back up here to the scene of a previous battle. These are the pirates that we fought just north of Aspreza. There we go. A little bit better view. So we've come south from Briala on our way to Balmestri because we have a side quest down there, and because we were originally heading to Imatsi, but we ran into Kaylin. She kind of forced her way into our party, and she also has a side quest in Balmestri. So we're going to go there first, and then Panizzo is right here. So we could either take the long road around and go to Panizzo via Sortiga, or what I'm thinking we ought to do is probably go back north to Briala, and then that way we can hit Imatsi and maybe Midova or Legano on the way. Because if we don't go back to Briala, then we're not going to see the results of solving that side quest. We've got to find, what's his name, Doc Murphy, I think, is the veterinarian from Balmestri. So, yeah, we want to head back north. But that's okay. That's okay. It's doable because so far, random encounters are not repeating themselves. In fact, I'm quite surprised to find that these bodies are still lying here. More importantly, I want to thank one of you, follower Indy Savvy, who reached out to me in the YouTube comments on the upload of the second episode and informed me that, well, this really is a blind playthrough, because apparently I didn't see this right here. When we fought this battle, I was so intent on getting to the town, I guess, that I almost missed our very first chest. And that would have been a real shame. So, William is our lockpick guy. I don't know what kind of lock we can expect here. In Betrayal at Krondor, most chests were either just you had to pick a lock, or have a key, of course, or you had to solve a riddle using dial locks to choose letters. So let's find out exactly what Betrayal in Antara has in store for us that might be a little different, or that might be the same. Okay, William tugged at the unyielding lid. We'll need to open the lock first, so it looks like maybe this one is just locked and does not have like a puzzle lock on it. So, locked chest tips. Check a chest for traps by right-clicking on it. Success depends on the party's best scouting skill. Trap chests are never locked. Use lockpicks on a chest to try to pick the lock. Success depends on the difficulty of the lock and the character's lockpicking skill. Alright, so the way that I'm interpreting this is, since this seems to be locked, that means that it's not trapped. However, by left-clicking on the chest, I have already kind of messed up, because what I should be doing is right-clicking first. On the other hand, it seems like whoever has the best scouting skill will maybe automatically be used, which normally I think that would be Kaylin, but of course she's injured, so I don't think that like we'd have to select Kaylin in order to have her check for traps. We can just right click and it will happen. On the other hand, we do need to left click and on them for inventory, select the lockpicks, and then we're going to use them here in the world. Okay, so William worked at the lock, maneuvering the pick to try to trip the internal mechanism. After a few fruitless minutes of trying, he reluctantly gave up. Okay. Now that did not use up a lockpick. Perhaps we can try again. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so we can just try over and over, and then it looks like, well, we'll have to find out after we get through this message, but I'm assuming that lockpicks are either only used up when you successfully pick a lock, or there is a small chance per attempt that the lockpick perhaps breaks. Let's see. As a younger brother, William had plenty of experience with being locked out of interesting things, and just as much experience in springing those locks. He drew on that knowledge and picked the lock in no time. Yeah, it only took him 4 tries. Okay, so we have some money. There we go. Now, we haven't seen either of these items yet. What's this? A brooch. Ladies of the Kylan court offset their simple gowns with brooches like this one. With the impending alliance between Kale? Yeah, F for all the little brothers. Can't relate, being an older brother myself, but I assume all of the younger siblings in the audience probably sympathize. With the impending alliance between Kyle and the imperial family, demand for the brooches among the Antara nobility quickly outstripped supply. Quality is 35%. Okay, so it looks like that's something that we can just sell, perhaps. Now, what's this? Tongue coat. Okay. That sounds gross, and it looks gross. Ugh. The closely held secret of a Berlin trader until an aide got drunk with a competitor's agent. The charismatic enhancement of this mysterious brew explained the trader's meteoric rise to wealth. The impotence caused by repeated use explained why that trader's name had been lost to history. Oh. Okay, so I'm assuming this gives you a temporary increase to the haggling skill, which means that William can carry it. Okay. And we still have 2 lockpicks. Awesome. Not to mention, his lockpicking went up from 12 to 15. That's quite a jump. 3 points at once for picking 1 lock. Nice. Of course, he is focusing on it, so. But most importantly, we still have 2 lockpicks. That's what matters to me. Okay. Now, we have some options here in town. Of course, we finally got some repair supplies here, which means that William will be able to attempt that, perhaps. Trade out his sword. Whenever we rest. No harm done. If he doesn't make it, if he's not successful, I'm sure that it will happen over time. But we have 2 whetstones, which for some reason do not stack, and I cannot stand that. And an armorer's hammer. So, everything that we need to repair all of our stuff for the foreseeable future. We also have an armor shop, and there's a temple down the road where we fought those other pirates last time, and they offered to bless our weapons and armor, which presumably just kind of makes them better. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and give a save here. There we go. And then, let's see. So we found out that this tavern over here doesn't actually offer lodgings that I could find, so we're going to have to rest outside. Thankfully. Well, that does mean we're going to need some more food. The door is locked from the inside, nobody stirred, but then it appeared they'd have to wait until morning. Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, see, they don't offer the option to rest. They just immediately go into the food menu, unlike the inn that Aaron's father owns back in Briala. But that's okay. That's all right, because we've discovered that bread and cheese, we haven't seen spoiled food yet, but I'm assuming that this improves health and stamina recovery more than rations. The trade-off is that it can go bad if you don't use it. That's fine. Because it is 1-to-1, so it's much cheaper than rations as well. There we go. There's 3 of them. I'm going to buy some more bread. That'll bring it up to 21. So that means we have 1 full week's worth of food in game time for the entire party. That's not bad. And we still have 254 burlas, which is the most that we've had. Okay. Moving right along. So, blessing weapons and armor sounds like a useful endeavor, but it's also very expensive. We cannot afford to blow all of our cash on that right now because that's all the cash that we have. Like, this is the most money we've had at one time, and I mean, we don't know when we're going to need it or for what else. Okay, but what we are going to do first is, what was his name? Mikel, I think is the young boy's name. A lady over here in Aspreza, her son has not returned home. She thinks that he's out playing in these caves. So we're going to find out. Oh. Okay, torches.
That's not right.
Okay, well, so we can't just throw it on the floor. Ah, there we go. That's right, you have to double click. Okay, so here we go. This is going to help us see in the dark a little bit. Unfortunately, we don't just have a light spell. That would be really nice. Ooh. I think those are Carliths, maybe? Yes. Here we go. Speed 4. Let's turn our grid on. Now, I want to practice archery with her. The problem is, she only came with 10 arrows, and we found nowhere to buy arrows yet, which is ridiculous, right? You wouldn't think it would be that difficult, but here we are. She's already used one. She shot that mage last time. These Carliths seem to be like big lizards or something, I think. I really hate that you can't control their path as they walk up to enemies, but it's alright, we get by. This is going well so far. Nobody's been hurt. Okay. Let's try this one. 26. Now, it'll be easier for William to move over here and hit this one. Let's see if Aaron can finish this wounded one off. Dang. Nope. Okay. I still want to hit that one instead. Drat it. Okay. I'm getting more used to the battle system. It is still clunky, but that is kind of what they look like, right? Bitey potatoes. Or something less pleasant and polite, perhaps. Come on, guys. You gotta hit. I'm trying not to use up all of Aaron's stamina on spells, but... Okay, speed 4. Maybe I'm spreading out just a little too much. Because it looks like they've got more health than I kind of remember in our first encounter with a couple of Carliths. They went down pretty fast. So maybe I need to be focusing on one with like the whole party until it does go down. Oop. Okay, good. They've still got stamina. That's the important thing. Oh, no? He is out of stamina. He's looking at her stats, I guess. Him too? Dang, man. Well, I can't use a spell because I'm surrounded, so... Man, you guys suck. You hear that whip crack of, like, I assume they're slapping with their tails or something. At least they're not moving and attacking. There we go. There's one. Come on, William, finish it off. Really? Really? That one's the wounded one. Okay, now I'm actually going to have him drink a Sen water, because I want to see what that does in combat. So, he is currently at 0 stamina and 16 of 32 health. Drink 1. Okay, so you can drink more than one, perhaps, at a time. Wow. That gave him back 3 health. No wonder they give you so many. It's because they're crap. On the other hand, I guess if you can drink more than one at a time and then still attack the same turn, that's not that bad. William, if you don't finish this thing off, oh, I swear to God. There we go. 3 dead. Oh, and she's still got a little bit of stamina left. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay. Phew, goodness. The battle won, William steadied himself and caught his breath. It might be a good idea to check equipment before we go, he suggested. Yeah, it might be good to check our skills, too. My goodness. Phew-wee. Combat in this game is, something else. Huh. Aaron's melee went up. And that is the only skill improvement that we had from that. Okay, sure. And they're carrying no treasure. Don't know how I feel about that. That's not true. I do know exactly how I feel about that, and I'm sure you can tell. More Carliths. Okay. I'm going to do a quick save here because... yeah, that's actually probably smart. I'm going to go back over here. And let's see. Let me put out this torch. I don't know if that's actually necessary, but... I'm going to spend a lot of time recovering. Okay, now we will go back down and... Oh, wrong way. That's the door outside. Go back down these steps here, and we will attack the other Carliths. I think that I'm just going to have to get used to the idea that there's a lot of resting. Surprise the enemy. Yep, Aaron's low stealth skill is just terrible. Okay, a Mazlith instead of a Carlith. Stamina 35, melee 18. These look like smaller green versions of the same enemy. seem much easier to hit, at least. Oh, because they have a ranged attack. Oh, no. Don't like that. Okay, but at least they suck with it. Alright, there we go. If I come up here and threaten them, they won't be able to use their ranged attack as efficiently. Okay, there's one down. He's threatened, so he can't use his spell. Ouch. Nasty. Don't like it. Okay, let's see how quickly we can... Oh! Is she poisoned? Oh, her background is green. Yep, okay. Oh, okay. Wait, now I understand that icon that she had before, or that Aaron had before. I thought that it was just like a vertical bar in the center of this, but now I see, because this is a P, I can see the other one was an I. So that was indicating that he had the incapacitated condition, where his health had been depleted all the way. Okay. Well. Alright, well, let's see. Let's go ahead and drink one of these. Purging toxins and infection and closing open wounds. Okay. So, good. She's no longer poisoned. And recovered some stamina. Okay, so Send Water is really useful. It's just very situational. Like, it's not a great healing effect, maybe. Or maybe it just sucks at healing health, and stamina it's better at. That could be part of it, too. Oh, man. Wow, William's getting the crap kicked out of him. Dang, okay, yeah, I think that's what it is. Send Water's okay at restoring stamina, but you can't recover stamina unless your health is full from items like that. Now, I think if you use this command, you actually can still recover some stamina. But so far, that hasn't been, like, super beneficial. Okay, we'll get this one off of Aaron. Now that it's his turn, let's do a static discharge on this one. Oh, they did not like that. That little guy ran for it. He said, nope. Should have hit that one because I think, you know, he was already wounded. Let's see if we can get out of here without using any more magic. Or because it's stamina based, maybe I should. Maybe I should be spamming spells. Honestly, in order to increase his magic skills so that he learns faster. Let's do that. He's got 22 stamina. Sure. And unlike a ranged spell, it doesn't seem easy for that to miss. Oh, they left. Okay, well, something went up for somebody. His spellcasting. Okay, good. 12 of 12. Okay, so his touch, create, and electricity all went up by several points, 2 or 3 points. That's not bad. It's not bad. Now, do they have anything on them? No, of course not. Well, I didn't know how big the caves were going to be, so let's see. We've got stairs up, and we've got stairs down. Let's try up first, I think. Oh, and it splits again. Great, I love it. I'm starting to get lost. Ooh. Something else leveled up. No idea what. Oh, his detect leveled up. Weird. Still can't learn any new spells, though. On the other hand, we found this chest. Awesome. Okay, so now I need to remember to right-click first. This is a small unlocked normal chest. There are no obvious traps. Okay. And thank goodness, some rations, free food. And that was the rather upsetting sound of the chest just opening up. I thought for a moment that that was the sound of like an explosion going off. Oh lord, more Carliths. Okay. Four more Carliths. Okay. When they're engaged and facing towards him is when he can't cast spells. So I have to make sure that they're threatening like Kalen or someone instead. Speaking of which, stamina 52. Oh boy. He's got 12. Well, let's go ahead and use 10 of it. Yep, see if we can eliminate one of these as quickly as possible. There we go. So I think that might be the best case scenario, is just running up and beating the crap out of them with everybody. Have him recover a little stamina. He's not doing great, so... Of course, the worse off he is, the worse he's going to fight. So it's a cyclical problem. Okay. Not doing too terrible. There we go. That's good. That's good. Now we'll take one of these off of William. Oof. Come on, Kalen. You're the fast one. Get in there. Okay. Recover some stamina. Recover some stamina. Okay. Well. So this is the part where, okay, retreat. Now, I'm not 100% certain, like, exactly what the requirements are for retreating. I'm going to guess it's something like... No? I was thinking either somebody had to be on the edge of the grid, or it might be that like no one can be threatened. That would make it really hard to get away from a fight, is what that would do. So I can see this was my mistake. I'm gonna have to rest before like every single battle to make sure that I go in with stamina, because when you're out of stamina and your health starts to deplete, your stats begin to suck really quickly. And even when you are at pretty full, or pretty close to full, it's still very difficult to hit enemies reliably and stuff anyway. So that means that it becomes critical that you have to be as healthy as you can be every time you go into a battle. Okay, so yeah. Because incapacitated is simply too big of a hassle to deal with. That means that we have no choice. I'm just gonna have to like load it before a battle if we lose like that, or if somebody goes down, and we'll just have to like rest and try again. Okay, so there's. I just hope that there's not a deadline on any of these quests that we're doing, or on anything in the main story. Now, thankfully, it was a little bit easier to grind in Betrayal at Krondor because there were like random encounters, where here the battles seem to be more scripted. But this is familiar, like just having to rest a lot. Okay. So it's just something we're going to have to get used to, and I'm just going to have to keep it in mind and acknowledge it. Good hit, Aaron. And we're just going to have to ignore the fact that it takes a long time to rest, that like that really is just going to eat through what we can do. Man, these little lizards are tough. I could put more stamina into this, but I'm trying to play somewhat conservatively because we're still effectively, like, you know, second level characters here. Okay, there we go. One down. Okay, we'll hit this one on this side. Let's try it. Can we do more? No. Okay, so it's just a flat 10 stamina. I know with some spells it seemed to indicate that you could maybe increase the cost to put more power behind it. Okay, we're doing a lot better this time, even though Aaron just got hit. 2 down. Okay, now he's low on health. I'm going to run him around this way. Oh, and then run him right back. I thought it was going to be William's turn, and I clicked too fast. That's okay. There. Oof. I need a healing spell, man. See, stamina depletes so quickly because everything hits really hard in this. You see that we're doing, like, you know, 18 and 20-some damage, right? But they're also hitting us for, like, 27, 28, 32 damage every time. It's like, oof. Big, big oof. No, you're not getting away. Screw you. Tired of enemies running away from me like that. Hit him. Get him, William. Billy boy. Okay. There we go. That was a much more satisfactory outcome. And now we'll just have to remember to rest. But first... Okay, good. Her melee went up to 18. Of course, they don't have anything. And once again, it splits. These caves are expansive. Now, here's my question. Is there a map? Okay. Hey, love that. Small chest. So that's where we came in. That went down. We went up instead, and then we went up, and we went down, and this is up and down. So this actually might intersect over here, possibly. Okay. Cool, though. Cool. That it does keep a dungeon map for us. I wasn't sure if it would. Okay. And because this game just simply is so unforgiving, and because keep in mind, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I'm playing on beginner difficulty? It might be normal difficulty. Maybe. But I think I set it to like beginner difficulty. So if you decide to pick this game up for yourself, keep in mind that I am not playing on hard mode. This is just what the game is like. Oh, I'm facing the wrong way. Okay, no obvious traps. Alright. Who keeps putting cheese in all of these chests? Note that I'm not upset, because that just means that, like, the dungeon is basically paying for the amount of rest that we have to take. Oh my god, I think that's more of the little ones. Okay, so Mikel's mom is just going to have to wait on us, that's all I know. We've been in this cave for a week now. I'm pretty sure. But all that is basically just to validate the fact that, like, I'm going to have to save and load sometimes, because this game is so unforgiving that if I don't do a quick save before a battle, we could very easily wipe, and then I could lose a lot of progress. And that's not going to be fun for y'all to watch. So, yes, I would like to try and surprise the enemy. Damn it, Aaron. Okay. Second verse, same as the first. Okay. Okay, if that one's going to go around, that's fine. William can take this one off of Aaron. Kalen can take this one. And then he'll be free to cast a spell. Also, enemies are quite tough. Like, I feel as though everything has more hit points than we do. You know? Our stamina vanishes, and we start getting into health very quickly. And yet these tiny lizards have got, you know, like 60 hit points or whatever. Okay, let's hit them again. Oof. Oh, that's a send water. Okay, another dead lizard. Good. Good, good, good. Man. Okay, I'm just going to recover some stamina with him. Gross. Gross, gross, gross. Well, I have to keep his stamina up, because otherwise if he takes another hit like that, he'll just die. And this game is unforgiving. That's not necessarily a flaw, it's just a, you know, it's a feature. It's like playing Dark Souls or Bloodborne. You need to know before you go into it what you're getting into. Man, they've really got it in for him. There. It's used 3 send waters in 3 turns. I don't like that. And of course it's gonna get away. Oh, I hate that. They both got... How? Wow. Okay, well, I guess it's not really like it matters. They don't have treasure anyway. What I really hate is when a human enemy gets away because they're carrying cash and stuff that we really need. Man, well... His defense went up by 1 point. Ooh. His melee. And her defense. Excellent. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Now we'll rest for another 2.5 days. Well, as long as something else went up, I guess. Yeah, hey. Nice. Not bad. Oh! Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. So, okay, so these were all grayed out. apparently, his range and detect are now high enough, or his range at least is high enough, that we can now research a new spell. So, create electricity, range, and there it is, lightning bolt. Okay. So, excellent, good. And I want to make sure that I did that right. So, okay, good, yep. Another torch. And, yeah, I don't even have lizard meat on them. Wait a minute. Oh, man, we're down to 3 food. We might have to leave and come back. Because we've had to rest so much. Okay. Down. It's gonna go up again. Oh, okay, no, those are dead ones. It's back the way we came. Oh, okay. Phew. So that's down, and this is up. Wait. Okay, but these are ones that we killed too, so... Did it link up the way that I thought? Yes, okay. Okay. Good. Good. Maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe we've almost found... Oh, what's this? Oh my god, did this kid literally fall in a hole? Is that what we're dealing with? And his little 2D sprite just wiggling around to faces no matter which way we turn. Okay. Sure. Aaron peered down into the gloom. Anybody down there? Yes, a squeak of a voice replied. Hang on, we'll think of a way to get you out. Now see, didn't I tell you we would need rope? Because look. Ha ha! Imagine coming all this way and not having any rope, and the game just doesn't tell you anything. It's like a puzzle game where it's like Dungeons and Dragons or something very old school where you just have to figure it out, which is fine. Like, I actually kind of like that in some ways rather than, a lot of people complain that modern games, contemporary games, can be a little hand-holdy with their tutorials and things. And in some cases, I guess I can see that perspective. But I'm also all about accessibility. Nonetheless, I grew up with games like Wizardry 5. I grew up with games like Betrayal at Krondor, and I can appreciate a challenge. So I also like it when a game doesn't just hand you things. I can go both ways. But Tish. The boy caught one end of the rope. With a firm grip, the party hauled him up and out of the pit. William brushed the boy off and took a look at him. Your name's Mikel, isn't it? None of your business! The lad took off in a dash for the cave entrance. Wow. Okay. Come to think of it, mused William as he brushed off his hands, he did look rather small for his size at that. God. So that was a reference, of course, if you missed the last episode, to his mother's rather cryptic statement that we would recognize him because he would look a little young for his age and small for his size, I think is the way that it was phrased. Okay, so now we just have to follow this straight back out. Okay. Now see, now that I've done it, like in the moment, all of this resting and stuff is kind of a hassle. But now that it's over, yes, we had to use a lot of food, but the dungeon also supplied food to us. So, like, the game knew that we were probably going to be or should be resting in between all of those encounters. And we came out with just enough. I mean, we've got 1 day's worth of food left, right? Although now I really am seriously reconsidering whether or not we should perhaps bless some of our weapons and armor, because, damn. Okay. That one. It's the one we're looking at. What was that? Oh, well. Just in case. You found him. Ballora flungs open the door. She flings open the door. Okay, no, because it's past tense. Oh. So she flung, singular, open the door and threw her arms around William's neck. How can I ever thank you all enough? Choking, William disentangled himself from Ballora's grip. No further thanks are necessary, really. Oh, that's William. I'm sorry, I was lapsing into Mikel. I was thinking Mikel said that. No further thanks are necessary, really. I put Mikel in the tub straight away so he could soak off some of the grime before supper. We'd be happy to have you join us. It's nothing fancy, just some squidaroni and octopus ink sauce. Squidaroni? Okay, sure. William looked at his friends. Kalen's nose crinkled and Aaron's face turned faintly green. We'd be delighted, he said, shoving the other two into the house before him. After the meal, the party regrouped on the front steps. That wasn't so bad now, was it? William said, picking something black and oily from between his teeth. Kalen moaned, I'll be tasting squid for a week. Ballora joined them and handed William a fishy-smelling bundle. Just some leftovers for later in case you feel peckish. Here, and thank you again for all your trouble. Of course sake, but that boy do get himself into scrapes. If I've told him once, I haven't told him enough that if he grows up to be dead and buried, it won't come as no shock to me. On that parting note, the companions grimly accepted the bundle and got on their way. Okay, so we have completed our first side quest. Well, I guess technically it's the second one if the pig farmer counts. We'll call it our second side quest. Ooh. Look at that. Cool. She gave us 2 weeks worth of rations. Well, she gave us 14 rations, not 2 weeks worth. Okay, we're about as rested as we're gonna get, it looks like. So, let's buy some more food for the road. We have unfortunately not encountered any additional money. But this is cheap. And it seems like whenever we do get money, we generally get quite a bit of it. That we found like 4 burlas in that one chest, but whenever we loot an enemy, we always get like 20 or 30 burlas at a time, so... There we go. Okay. Well, now that we are safely out, I'll actually do a real save, so to speak. Now, we'll continue along our way on the road to Balmestri. Let's see how far we get before something terrible happens, huh? Well, it wasn't very far. Since we can't rest at that inn. Okay, so it does give you a heads up, and then I'm assuming if we keep pushing now without resting, probably what happens is it starts to drain your stamina, which then in turn means that you're going to have to rest for longer, so it becomes a self-perpetuating problem. Along here to make sure that I don't want to miss anything, you know, if there's a chest in the woods or whatever. But I also don't want to let any encounters sneak up on us. I keep seeing these plants and things all over the place, and I feel like they should be more interesting than they are. Is that trees or a town? Oh, well, speak of the devil. Looks like that's a chest, and I think that that might be some pirates. Okay. Let's see if we can sneak up on... I said let's see if we can sneak up on them. Alright. Whatever. Okay, now we don't have lightning bolt yet. Okay, it is still slowly rising. The orb is going up, and when it floats all the way up to the top of the screen, that's when he'll learn the new spell, so... Alright. Gonna go ahead and just like last time, we're gonna gang up on one guy. Whoa! See what I mean? When they hit, it's just like, bam! It tears through all of your stamina at once. Because, see, now... Where's his... Stamina 0. Health 50. So that took literally all of his stamina at one time. These pirates are not to be screwed around with. Okay, that's one down. I'm gonna use Aaron to take this guy off of William. Ooh, nice. Good solid hit. Okay, now William can take him back. And then Aaron will be able to cast a spell. Oh, okay. He's going for Kaylin. Sure. Let's see. Okay. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. These are the guys that I don't want to escape from the battle. Because they're going to have gear and stuff. Let's see. Yes, got him before he got another turn. That's what I wanted. And now it's just this guy and us. Action-packed, thrilling, dynamic combat. Man, imagine what this was like back in like 1998, right? I mean, this really would have been something at the time. Don't let him get away, guys. Come on, William. Come on. Ah. Crap. They miss so much, and I hate it. Okay, but on the other hand, see, this is what I was talking about. Now, this makes me hate even more that that guy got away, because look what these dudes had on them. So, fish, fish, ale, ale, cash, cash. Rations. Lockpicks. Armor. And a couple of swords. Hopefully Balmestri will be a slightly larger town than Aspreza because it is on the coast. That's what I'm pulling for. And it will have both a weapon and an armor shop because Aspreza had armor only and we couldn't sell all of these swords and things that we have, which is a disappointment. Let's see. Looked like his defense went up, I think. One of these was red when I clicked in. His spellcasting went up. Good, good, good. Touch, create, and electricity, of course, because we're using a lot of static charge. His electricity is probably going to hit the maximum of 40 for this chapter before too much longer, if we get in too many more battles. And here we can see the percentage of research we've done on Lightning Bolt. So, this is a large locked lever puzzle chest. There are no obvious traps. Okay. Okay. Well. So, a lever puzzle chest. So this is the first one of these that we have encountered. This is the kind of stuff that I want to see. Lever chest tips. Spell the answer suggested by the clue. Pull a lever to raise the corresponding key tab. Pull the reset lever at right, presumably this, to restore all levers and tabs to their original positions. Okay, let's see. The pirate Jophaz, I guess, dared to kiss this captain's favored wench. The angry captain gave him this and left him in a trench. Oh, his captain's, okay. The pirate Jophaz dared to kiss his captain's favored wench. The angry captain gave him this and left him in a trench. Okay. So, this is a little bit different in execution from Betrayal at Krondor. And once again, that music continues to be stifling. It's not always, but sometimes. And unfortunately, there is no individual adjustment option. There we go. Like for the different music tracks or sound effects, you just have to turn your volume down. So, okay. Now, in Betrayal at Krondor, they didn't have lever puzzles like this. You would have a riddle, and then you would have like rollers with different letters on them, like a combination lock, and you would have to spin them to form a word that would serve as the answer. So this is, it's not familiar, but this is what I'm wanting from the game, which is great. Okay. So what we need to do, there's a lot of pirate stuff in this game so far. What we need to do is look at these levers, think about the riddle in context, and see what our possible answers could be. Now, even though Jophaz, or yeah, because that's a T, so that has to be a J. Even though he is named, I don't think that this is like lore specific. I don't think that this is the kind of riddle or poem where we have to know something about the world of Antara in order to solve it. I think it feels like one where all of the context we need is probably in the clue. So, ignoring that Jophaz's name, we'll call that a red herring for now, on pass 1. We have a pirate who went behind his captain's back with his woman, and the angry captain gave him something else and left him in a trench. So presumably he killed him. So what was it that he gave him that killed him? So let's see, we have, this is AS. Okay, so we can just flip these in any order, it looks like. Meaning that we can use all of these down here to spell any word that we want. Excellent. Okay, so we've got CSUWI as single letters. And then we have some pairs here. X, Go, TL, MIAS, C, T. Could it be that simple? I mean, that is a pirate. Okay, so I'm thinking C, U, T, L sticks out to me. A, S, and then another S would spell cutlass, which is a pirate sword. So, yeah. What? You... Okay, that's a good suggestion, but it doesn't look like it unlocks the chest. Okay. What was that? Okay, so C-U-T-L-A-S-S. Oh, that was it. Hey! Awesome. Well, I feel pretty good about that. Okay, let's see. Let's give him 4 of those. We'll give her 3 of them. And we'll give Aaron here all of the rest. Because he's been chugging send water for all the good that it does. So it gives him 14, her 17, him 14. Oh, well, she actually has more than him. Oh, well, it's because I tried to even them out, and she hasn't really used as many. Oh, I should check their armor, too. 89%, 85. Okay, so hers is the only one that really could stand an improvement. We'll trade that out for this 86% one. That's a small amount of damage absorbed. Now imagine, okay, keep in mind, look at that. Damage absorbed, 21%. Think about how much damage we're taking per hit from freaking lizards. Right? Now imagine that we were taking even more. So, I mean, that is wild to me. That the armor is blocking about a quarter of the damage that we take, and we're still taking that much. So that means that, you know, if we weren't wearing armor, we would be taking like almost 40 damage a pop. He's getting tired and should rest soon. I keep hearing little sound effects that I don't really know what they are. Before we rest, let me take a look. Large lever chest. Oh, okay. That's nice, so it automatically marks that stuff. I wasn't sure, like, of everything that it would mark. Automatically, that is. Okay, party's fatigued. Oh, good. Okay, so presumably that was... Okay, that was his ranged spell proc. Oh, and he's 77% of the way to Lightning Bolt. Excellent. I like that. What time is it? You know what? I'm just gonna rest rather than spend a torch. Okay, and this is trees. It's a lot of trees. I've gotten used to playing Titan Quest, where I play that on Thursdays, and that was the last game that I played on stream a couple days ago, and so I keep hitting M to open up the map, and then I keep hitting N again out of habit to close the map, and it just cycles through between the world map and the local regional map. Okay, I see, I'm assuming that that is some Carliths. Ah, hey, look. Oh my gosh, we actually got in. We actually got a surprise attack. Hey, cool. And we always go first anyway, it seems like to me, so I'm not 100% sure what the benefit here is. Maybe we get a bonus to attack, or maybe we get 2 turns in a row. Okay, Okay, yeah, it looks like we got 2 turns in a row, is the thing. Nice. Okay, so it is worth it if you can surprise your enemies. Alright. Yeah, that already made a big difference. So stealth is a very important skill, it seems like. Because, of course, a surprise attack is always the best kind of attack if you can arrange one for yourself. But I wasn't 100% sure what the benefits would be. Now we know. It looks like you get a free round of actions. And that means that you start in right away with the enemy at a disadvantage, which is great. Oh, that should have been a spell. Oh well. Hey. Phew. Folks, I think that's the best battle we fought so far. We didn't even take any damage. What? Oh my god, they were actually carrying stuff this time. What? What? They had cash and stuff. Ooh. Oh, he's capped out. Okay, so those are 10 stacks. Okay, you know what? There's no reason to split those torches up if they stack too. Yeah, okay, and we know that they stack, at least that creates more space for her. Okay, give this brooch to him. More lockpicks. Wow. Well, I'm glad that I've been checking all of the bodies as we've gone, because I would have definitely felt like I had missed something important if I had checked those and they had treasure. After, you know, checking some of the others and they just straight up didn't. They just didn't have anything. I'm trying to keep an eye out for chests, and y'all have got to help me, because I would already have missed the first one if it wasn't for ND Savvy, who helped me out. So I'm counting on y'all. If I miss something, you gotta back me up. Okay. Oh, hey, that might be Balmestri down there. Okay, I don't really see anything interesting over this way. I see a beach. Oh, hey, actually, there's a chest, and that looks like maybe some pirates. Cool. I want to go back up the other side of the woods in case there's another encounter. There's a road here. Okay, let's see if we can surprise these guys again. Nope. Thanks, Aaron. It's always Aaron. Okay. I'm gonna risk another shot with the bow. Yes, good. Worth it. Because we know these guys are dangerous, right? The mages, they have got to go down first. Did we learn that spell? We're getting there, but... So we need to chase this guy. We have to close on him immediately. So... Since he's not threatened, he may cast a spell, but he also may retreat. Okay, he cast... That was the, I think, a slow spell we found out. Good. Now this guy's within Kalen's reach. We're gonna get up here and hit this guy. Mage to mage. Mage duel. Wizard battle. There. Okay, Kalen, just hold your ground for a minute. Just hold your ground. That's all you have to do. So we're going to take this mage out as quickly as we reasonably can. Because the last couple of times that we fought those, they have dealt a lot of damage, but they've had almost no health. Yeah, see, they go down really fast. They're true glass cannons. Stamina 48. Stamina 40. Okay, so he's injured. But he's surrounded. We can see town in the distance. I like that actually when you go into the, like, any of the battlefields, it uses the environment around you not only to decide the size of the battle, because you saw that in the cave, the grid we had to use was significantly smaller. It's about half the size of this one. But also, we can actually see the world around us, the 3D part. It's still there when we go into battle mode, which is great. Blur. There goes the debuff. Is off. Good, good, good. You are not getting away. You are not getting away because you were carrying so much money. Oh my gosh, she has... She's got 9 hit points, y'all. Okay, bold move. I'm using the fact that we can literally see town to hope that, like, Aaron won't die down here by himself. And yes, good, 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 good. That's what I wanted. Okay, now. You are going to go literally all the way over here. And rest. You're going to go up here. William's going to hit this guy. Now, I could shoot, but I don't know if it's possible to accidentally hit my companions here. Also, her accuracy is only going to be 11% right now, which sucks because I really want her to be an archer. So what we need to do is we need to find someplace to buy arrows, and we need to buy all the arrows we can afford so that that way they're no longer a precious resource, and I can just spam them with her, and we can focus on archery instead. Right now, however, what we're going to do is have her rest and recover a little bit of stamina. Come on, Aaron, win this for us. Okay, William. Ah! Oh, I hate that. Oh. Especially because we got less money this time. Okay. Well, so we definitely cannot carry the rest of this. But we found out that bodies do not seem to decay over time. We can come back, and town is right there. I'm seeing multiple buildings, so it is not just a roadside inn. That is Balmestri. It has to be. Yeah, we're right on top of it. That's Balmestri. So that means that we can go there, find a shop, sell all of our junk, come back and pick this stuff up, and then go back again. And we can also do the same thing, retracing our steps on the other side of the forest there. There are no obvious traps. A medium locked normal chest. I'm going to go ahead and save it rather than refighting that battle. Good, his melee went up. 24. Ooh. His melee went up again to 16. Nice, he's starting to catch up with them. And, of course, you want his melee to go up, even though he's a spellcaster. He doesn't have archery, so all of his ranged attacks are going to cost stamina. At some point, because of the way this game is, like, stamina management's going to be a thing. Even if he is chugging Senwater potions, even if we have 250 of those in his inventory, we need to plan around the idea that he can run out of stamina, and therefore he needs to be capable in melee and defense as well. Nice, though, his assessment went up. Ooh, awesome, and her archery went up to 36. Her stealth went up to 24, and her melee went up to 19. It looks like crap right now because, of course, she's, beaten to shit. She has a tenth of her stamina and a quarter of her health, but... Okay. I know that I already saved it, but... Oh. Reluctantly gave up. No, he didn't. Okay, another brooch. A pearl, it looks like. Plucked from the depths of the sea, the pearl was a mistake, the result of a grain of sand irritating the flesh of an oyster. But William couldn't think of a mistake more valued. Excellent. And a wooden shield. So we could have bought a wooden shield or a metal shield back in Aspreza. And we didn't because we were hoarding our money at the time. Since we got one for free, there's no reason not to use it. So that means that since she is our archer, we can give this to William. So let's see. Now, chances are good that we're either going to have to do some inventory Tetris, or we're going to have to come back. I don't know if I just drag this onto him if he'll auto-equip it, because he has no space in his inventory for it. Yeah, okay, so here's what I can do. I will... Good, that's what I was hoping. Okay, so I can put swords and items and things into the chest. So now I can drag this onto him. We'll equip that. Excellent. Condition 90%, protection 9%. So assuming that stacks with his armor, that'll give him a total amount of like about 30% protection and hardness 10. So it's not super impressive. The metal one had hardness 20, which means it decays slower. I'm still assuming is what that represents. Okay, good. Now, don't let me forget to come back for what's left of those guys. Can't right-click on the sign. That's a shame. The Safe Harbor Inn. Ooh. Hey. Look at that. See? It pays. It pays. It pays. Short, but where did it go? Where did it go? It's the same bow that she had. Oh, come on. Did it just disappear?
Looks like we'll have to leave something behind.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I was about to get upset there. I was like, what a bad mechanic. Okay, there. Now her bow is back at 100%. And let's see. Can we give that to him? Yes, there we go. I was calling this one slot earlier, but apparently this is one slot, so that means these other things take up 4. We are literally full. Okay, but it does create a bag on the ground, so we can come back for that. No problem then. Okay, there's our barmaid. There's someone we can talk to. There's someone we can talk to. The innkeeper. See, that's why they did that in Betrayal at Krondor as well. You have to, like, look around and find items. So it makes it worth it to... Let's see. Just kind of look around. Will you buy this sword? No. Okay. Fair enough. The innkeeper showed them what was available. The best in the Empire, I can assure you. 8 burlas a night for the lot of you, and that's as fair as cores wise. Shall I get you settled? Yeah. Okay. Hours to rest 24 for 8 burlas. Hope you slept well. Will you be staying another night? Yeah, let's go ahead and do it, because it seems like we do heal quicker. Yeah, so like that seems to be what it is. I've wondered about that. It's only if you are resting in like good conditions that you can actually heal all the way to maximum. So it costs, because of course Aaron's dad doesn't own this inn. But if we're just camping out on the road, then we cannot actually recover our full health. So our stats are always going to kind of be crap. Okay, I just want to confirm. Yeah, this is Balmestri. Some of the party's food has gone bad. Oh, great. Okay, well, at least it looks like they automatically throw it away. Some of that fish that we picked up. It was free. Are those more pirates? I think they are. I'm going to go around them because... Oh my god, are you serious? Okay. Then you know what? Then I am just going to fight them. Because then that way we can go back and rest until morning again at the end. What are you doing in the middle of town? Let's take this guy down hard. Oh wow, he went all the way around to go after Kaylin. I figured he'd hit Aaron. I'm not complaining, but... Okay, health 19. Okay, then that is worth it because this should finish him off. Yes. Let me go ahead and engage him to keep him off of Aaron. And that way, if we're going to rest anyway, I'll just spam static discharge. That'll help level up his spell abilities, and it'll get through the battle faster because magic is very powerful. And it seems like he hits pretty much every time with that spell. Like, I'm very happy with the performance. Stamina 0, strength 1, stamina 0. There we go. That's what I wanted. He gets another turn. William is definitely the slowest one in the party. Nice. Yeah, none of you got away that time, did you? You losers. I'll go ahead and take this. Man, they carry a lot of grog. I mean, and sure, why not, but still. Okay. Before we get too far away. We're about to make a bunch of money, so I'm just going to go ahead and let them rest. And we'll take this fish because it will spoil if we don't use it. So now that has been confirmed. So we'll rest. They'll eat the fish first, presumably. Some of it, anyway. Okay, there we go. Now it's daylight. The pirates are taken care of. That was a very good battle. And we can go to this shop. Wait until... It is morning. Give me a break. Okay, this is another carriage, so we can go to Aspreza from here for 200 burlas if we don't feel like walking. Oh my god. There. Goodness sake. Okay, I'm not seeing anything here other than, of course, so the polished pommel. That sounds like a euphemism. Okay, we've got Senwater. Oh, we have a long sword, which is an upgrade from the short sword. Whetstones, a Kylan cutlass, and Shadow Milk. This is a new item, as is the long sword. Okay. So this is 5, 10, 10, 10, 5, 5. Because it's 90%, 99%. I don't know why they're selling at 99%. And this is 50. Okay, so this is just better all the way across the board. This is just a superior weapon. And this is not bad. It looks like this is also hardness 10, this is hardness 16, this is hardness 20. So this has decent stats. It looks like the longsword is actually a better weapon, but the cutlass is more durable. So the longsword will wear down faster and have to be repaired more often. The long blade of this weapon gave a fighter a tactical advantage over a foe with a shorter blade, enabling him to strike while keeping his own body farther out of reach. The unadorned blade and bare hilt marked it as the product of a simple smith from a simple village. Judging from the weapon's balance, though, the smith knew his craft. Well, that's good anyway. And it's not that expensive, so we could buy a couple. Especially because we have so many to sell. Now, Shadow Milk. The best thieves took pride in their natural abilities, but lesser talents often relied on Shadow Milk to augment their capacity for stalking and sneaking. Illegal within the walls of most cities, the Imperial Army made sure their scouts had a flask with them on forays into enemy territory. Okay, so that is going to boost our stealth temporarily. Alright. So, here's what we're going to do. First, let's start by... It's down to 62%. I'm going to give him this one that's at 87. And then we're going to sell all of these. For a pittance, apparently. A pittance. I'm going to give these things to William to have him sell in the hope that that will increase his haggling skill. I don't know if that actually does increase his haggling skill. I don't know if that's how that works for sure. Oh, he won't buy it. Weird. It's a weapon. Right. Now, this bow, we don't have any arrows for it, but we've only found 2 bows, including the one we just picked up and the one Kaylin came with. I'm actually going to give this to William, so that way he has the option. If for some reason we need him to shoot at something, we've got a ranged weapon. Of course, he still doesn't have any arrows. We haven't even found any, but we'll see. Okay, now, this seems to be worth a lot more money than the longsword, and presumably it's because of that 20 hardness. And also because it's very high, like, hack damage. But I think I'm going to go with the longsword, actually, for preference, because the stats are just better overall. So, with luck, that means that selling these cutlasses... well, that's nowhere near 200, but... it is way more than what we got for selling the short sword, so... cash in our pockets. And that's what I was hoping, was that it would be somewhat better. Okay. So I'm just passing all of this to him. Gosh, I hope they have an armor shop too. And that we're not stuck with this armor and unable to sell it until we walk back to a Spreza or something. Speaking of which, 83, 89, 78. Okay, so that's definitely better. And that's a small improvement for him. He's good, though. Okay. Looks like that's all we can do here other than buying things. So now I will come back to the shop, but because this is a new area, we don't know what quests they'll offer. We don't know what rewards we might get for meeting Kaylin's friend or talking to Doc Murphy. I'm going to clean up the rest of the pirate loot and stuff before we do anything else. Board. then we can always come back and we can buy a longsword later. We found so many of these short swords that they really do add up, which that at least is good. So now, hey, check out our money there. Okay, so they are just carrying armor at this point. This was a staff, I believe. Yes. So we're going to find that other staff, and we are going to put that in this bag. We know where it's at. We can come back and get it. But it looks like since we can't sell it, you know, it may just be junk. Okay, here we go. This is both of them. Okay, good. What was in the chest that we didn't get? Anything? No, okay, we got it all. Alright. Since this is a longer walk, I'm going to go ahead and grab this armor. Because I think, yeah, one of those will be an upgrade. 83, 85. And that's 88. So we'll give it to Caitlin because William has a shield. Alright. Now, we can explore the town freely, I hope. Okay, so that's the weapon shop. With the riffraff cleared away, William opened the cottage door, an easy task since it had already been forced. He found himself face to face with a little man who hopped angrily from foot to foot. "What right do you have holding me hostage in my own house? I'll see the lot of you hanged." William held out a hand to keep the little man at arm's length. "Simmer down. We've rescued you." Gradually, the man understood he was no longer a captive. In gratitude, he explained how he came to be in such a predicament. "I'm Penwhite, the town scrivener. I was working late one night at the hall. A puff of wind blew my candle out. While I was trying to rekindle it in the dark, two men came. I recognized the mayor's voice, of course, and the other man's speech soon identified him as a pirate captain. What I overheard shocked me beyond belief." The little man wiped his forehead. "Our mayor is accepting bribes from the pirates to turn his back on what's going on under his very nose. The pirates have free course to pillage our town and the ships that put out from our harbor." "That's unbelievable. Did you have a chance to tell anyone before they locked you up?" "Yes, I told the first shipmaster. The pirates jumped me just as soon as I left his house." "Well, best if you stay out of sight until we take care of this. After dark, I'll go to my sister's house in Sortiga. Belated thanks for my freedom." Okay, that's the next town over. William tapped politely. He heard a sudden burst of children's shouts and cries, then harsh whispers, then silence. A window curtain lifted aside, then fell back into place, and the door opened a crack. A man whispered, "What do you want? Go away." Aaron stepped forward. "We mean you no harm. What are you afraid of?" "Pirates. They've been here once, said they'd be back again. Stole the wife's jewelry, the silver, nearly all our food." A 12-year-old boy shoved into view. "Are you pirates? If you are, then I'll fight you, even if my old man's chicken." Should we fight this kid? Probably not. I guess we'll surrender to little Timmy here. Ooh, we got something. Aaron tried not to laugh as he raised his hands into the air. "We surrender." An arm reached out and yanked the boy back inside. "Sorry, my lord. My youngin's got a hot head. Got to keep him in the house or he's liable to get himself killed. Apologies for our lack of hospitality, but you see how it is." Oh. Hey. Assessment went up by 5. Oh, and his lockpicking went up by 2 as well. His assessment also went up by 5, so I guess that was the bonus for everybody. And his spellcasting increased. And yeah, hers went up by 5. So yeah, that's what we got, +5 assessment from surrendering to that kid. I love it. Love it. Ooh. We we've got lightning bolt, I think. Okay. 3 touch, 3 create, 4 electricity, and that's almost maxed out. 1 more point. And then we will be able to take that off of our focus, because 40 is the maximum for this chapter, and put it over here. Look, we've got something new. Range has not gone up yet. Detect has gone up by 1, and now we have light, which starts at 20 points. Awesome. So that means presumably very soon we will be able to get a light spell, and then it'll just cost us a few points of stamina rather than torches to walk around in the dark. Excellent. And I kind of like this system where I was a little skeptical at first of this idea that you could only get to 40 points in a skill per chapter. But because of the way the skill system works, where you have to assign skills with an emphasis in order to increase them faster. Now, we've seen, of course, that even if a skill is not emphasized, it's not part of your focus over here on the wheel, your skills can still go up because his melee has increased where we keep hitting people with sticks. But this means that, like, there is a tentative maximum where we can take that focus off because it's no longer necessary, and we can spread it over to other skills. So likewise with all of these, like if her archery goes up to 40, we can deactivate this and we can put this on foraging, or we can put it on repair. And if William manages to get to 40 repair, we can take that off and we can put it on gambling or something. Okay, so electricity has been going up faster than anything because I guess that's the main core component of static discharge. So when it goes up again, we'll switch that to light. In the meantime, okay, so we still have Resonance of Fortune and Seventh Sense. Oh, I forgot that we had that. So when we're looking for traps, we should be casting that. But now, hopefully, not only do we have Lightning Bolt, but we'll have a new spell we can make. Ah, drat. Okay, so something else that we need, whether it is our new light ability or something, is not high enough to create any new spell combinations. But we do have it, and that's something. That's cool. Okay, very cool indeed. Very cool. Let's see here. We need to... remind ourselves. And I have to type deliberately slowly because I have found that the game cannot keep up with my typing speed. Because if I just type really quickly, it starts skipping keystrokes. See? There we go. Yeah. Okay, I hope one of these is a weapon shop. I really do. Oh, and it shows us sacks, so it shows us where we have dropped our own treasure. I like that. I like that a lot. I dig it. Okay. Let's head over here. A servant showed the party into the mayor's study. A few minutes later, the mayor bustled in. Yes. What is it? I'm a very busy man. William towered over the short, rotund official. I'm Lord Escobar's son. What? Another one? Does your father have to send you all to Balmestri? What? William ignored this crass remark. Though I've been here but a short while, it's apparent that living conditions are somewhat less than they should be. Pirates plague your town, which is already crippled by the shipping strike. The mayor bristled. As you say, you just got here. How can you possibly comprehend the situation? I have everything under control, believe me. Now, I have a very important meeting to attend. You'll have to excuse me. I was hoping we would be able to mention, what Penwhite said. Okay. The mayor. Alright, let's see what other trouble we can get into. Anything in the well? No? Okay. Sure. Ooh. Hey! Okay. Aaron called through the open door. Doc Myers, are you in, Doc? Okay, so it's not. I keep calling him Doc Murphy. I think I've called him everything in the world. So Doc Murray. So it's Doc Myers. At least 4 and probably 7 dogs come racing out of the house, leaping on Aaron and scrubbing his face with their tongues. Aaron dissolved in a fit of giggles. Get off the boy before you wash him down to a nub. Strong, hairy arms pulled the dogs off, and Aaron looked into a grizzled face and calm gray eyes. Are you Doc Myers? Of course. What's the problem? I'm from Briala. A farmer there, Lonzo by name, has some very sick calves. He's hoping you can pay him a barn call. What are the symptoms? Aaron described the calf's condition. Doc Myers looked concerned. Sounds serious. I'll get up there immediately. Thanks for passing along the message. Okay. Now, I am guessing, because we don't really have a quest log, I'm kind of journaling all of this in pen and paper notes, that in order to actually complete this quest, we'll have to go back and speak to Lonzo, because he did not give us a reward. So we'll have to get that reward from Lonzo. But that works out, because then when we go back north from Balmestri, we can go up the western side of those woods, etc., etc. So, and backtracking is going to help us level up a bit more, which I don't mind at all, because, as I said before in the stream, I almost said a feature, well, it was the nature of my journey through Betrayal at Krondor that grinding was mandatory. I literally could not make it through certain early parts of the game until I hit some random encounters up and kept wandering back and forth, fighting bandits, because I needed the money for gear and equipment, and I needed to grind up my character's skills. They had to get better at sword fighting. They had to get better at defending themselves. They had to get better at repairing their equipment and at their magic before I could actually make any significant progress. So it's the same thing here. I still don't know. Like, his haggling hasn't increased. I don't know what I'm doing wrong or not doing, but other things are increasing, and that's great. That's what's important. Okay. Nothing else that way, so everything else is going to be over here. Their voices echo through the empty cottage. Okay, so this is another place we can just loot. Ooh, free shovel. Awesome. We need some of that. Because remember, we were going to buy shovels, and then I didn't, because we were, short on cash at the time. So, good. Now we have 8 shovels. And we have so much ale. 21 ale. Crates stacked to the ceiling transformed the entryway into a narrow maze. Sealed barrels dotted the floor, with much of the remaining space filled by heaps of furs and animal skins. Oh, I wonder if this is Kaylin's friend's house. Whose warehouse is this? William asked. It's not a warehouse, Kaylin answered, her brow wrinkled in confusion. At least, it didn't used to be. A voice boomed from the labyrinth. Is that my razor cup I hear? Kaylin! A barrel-chested man with dark skin and darker hair engulfed Kaylin in a bear hug. Let me look at you! The man held her at arm's length, beaming with delight. Ah, as ravishing as ever. If only you were a few years older, he joked, tussling her hair familiarly. William and Aaron shared a bemused smile. Kaylin laughed at the familiar lament. If only you were a few years younger, Nikki. What's with all this? She flicked her eyes towards the warehoused goods. Nikki shrugged. It's the shipping strike. I get all my materials locally, but my biggest customers are overseas. Without ships to carry them, my warehouse is overflowing with goods waiting to get delivered. I had to start stockpiling them here. Kaylin's eyes softened with concern. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Suppose you've got no need for more skins, then. Nikki bathed her in a warm smile. From you, Razor Cup, if I was buried in beaver and fox, I'd still have room for whatever you bring me. Okay, so... looks like we have to... yeah, okay. Okay, it's weird. So it's not a standard shop interface. Instead, we have to use the skins like an item on the door. Nikki inspected the pelts with approval. Top quality, as always. He counted out 35 burlas and handed them to Kaylin. Nice. That puts us over 400 and frees up some inventory space. Excellent. And based on this comment here, Kaylin, Nikki boomed, favoring the group with a smile clearly intended for only one of them. Back so soon? If you've got skins to sell, you know I'm always happy to buy them from you. So if we find more, then presumably we can sell them here. So, hey, welcome. Not too far in. This is only episode 3. You can find the other 2 episodes on my YouTube channel, which is linked here on my Twitch. And we have just come from Briala down through Aspreza to Balmestri on the coast, and we're about to go back so that we can complete the side quest where we just found Doc Myers and sent him back north to Briala to deal with Farmer Lonzo's sick calves. So, we are still quite early in Chapter 1, I'm assuming. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait a minute, which one was this? That's this one on the inside, okay. I'm having to mark my map as I go. Yeah, I'm already developing some pretty sweet memories of this game. Because this is my first blind Let's Play ever. Oops. And it's already a blast. There we go. I'm so glad that the viewers chose this for me to play, because I love Betrayal at Krondor, but I missed this game the first time around, and so some of this is familiar to me, and a lot of it is new, and it's been a challenge. Like the combat and the resting and stuff, the incapacitated status is really brutal, but I'm enjoying it a lot. Okay, this is the empty cottage, which we already looted. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, so this came out in 1998. That was the same... I think I got my dates wrong in the last episode. That was the same year, I believe, that Might and Magic 6 came out. So there was a lot of competition for this type of like open world 3D environment, but of course Sierra was building this on the same engine they had already used for Betrayal at Krondor, and this was originally intended to be a sequel, which is why it looks the way that it does and plays the way that it does. But they still did some groundbreaking things. I mean, first of all, once you get used to it, it's a little complicated to start. It can be a little bit clunky, a little obtuse on the surface, but once you get used to it, like, I'm digging the controls. And, yes, no, you're right. This came out in 1997, and then Might and Magic 6 came out the year after. So, so this was kind of ahead of its time, because, like, for me, that's the comparison, is Might and Magic 6 set the standard for this kind of open-world, hybrid, 3D, 2D combo game. And... like, that was my original experience with this sort of thing. And so Betrayal in Antara was doing a lot of neat stuff the year before Might and Magic 6 broke out. So, like, it really was kind of, like, cutting edge. And yeah, Return to Krondor was not great. It was made by Seventh Level Studios, and it was the licensed sequel after Dynamix and Sierra lost the rights or sold the rights for Raymond E. Feist's Rift War books back to him, and that's why they couldn't make a Betrayal at Krondor 2 and instead had to invent Antara and use their own made-up fantasy world. But it's been a great experience so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's taken me back. I'm having not PTSD flashbacks, but like nostalgia for Betrayal at Krondor, and it's a really pleasant experience so far. Okay, a man wearing overalls opened the door. Yes, do you have business with me? We were passing through town, and William was interrupted by a shout from inside the house. Hey, I recognize that voice. It's my kid brother. William was grabbed in a bear hug that lifted him off his feet. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And you can catch more of this series, by the way, every Saturday until we finish this game. That's the one that I'll be playing Saturdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can look forward to Betrayal in Antara until it runs its course. Matthew, what are you doing here? After some confusion, introductions were made. Matthew was in Balmestri on his father's business, negotiating to end the Shipmasters Guild strike. The situation is far more complicated than Father thought, Matthew explained. We're dead in the water. The guild refuses to listen. That's because we haven't heard anything worth listening to, growled the shipmaster. Matthew shrugged as if to say, see what I mean? The shipmaster continued, the situation is unbelievably bad. Ships that dock in our harbor are subject to unwarranted searches, their cargoes confiscated on the least excuse. Town guards beat my men or throw them in jail for taking a few drinks too many. And not only that, but no sooner does a ship sail than it's set upon by pirates. The violations of our rights are too numerous to count. Matthew shook his head. I'm sure we can work this all out if we're patient with each other. The shipmaster scoffed. Yes, and while we're playing patty cakes and having tea, my men are risking their lives to protect cargo that winds up in the hold of a pirate ship. Okay. Well, anything else to say? Oh, okay. Because we have already spoken with Penwhite, I guess, this is activating. Because I wasn't sure if we'd have to do something else and come back. Because, I mean, it doesn't tell you that you have quests. There's not really a quest journal, as I said before. And the shipmaster looked tired and vexed. I suppose you want to speak with your brother. I'll bring him out. William pushed past him into the house. No. We want to talk to you, too. Let us in and bolt the door. Matthew sat at the table, his head in his hands. We don't have time for interruptions. This had better be important, William. William told of the fight with the pirates and Penwhite's release. Then he described the overheard conversation between the mayor and the pirate. Turning toward the shipmaster, William concluded, and you knew about it all along. Why didn't you do something? Ooh. I did. I called this strike to protect my ships, the cargo, and my men from attacks at sea as well as in port. How could I confide in any nobles or officials when I had no way of knowing who was on the take? Matthew looked disgruntled. You could have trusted me. Hasn't the Escobar family always proved honorable and trustworthy? The shipmaster shrugged. It only takes one bad apple. Hey, topical and valid. Matthew promised to take care of the corrupt local government and bring in his father's troops to clean out the pirates. He looked at William with respect and pride shining in his eyes. You've done well, brother. I'll make certain Father knows of your part in this affair. Well, that's nice. A little credit. A little credit. Okay, nothing else to do here. Now, let's put this down. Okay, what were they called? The Shipmasters Guild? Wasn't the Shipwrights Guild, was it? Shipwrights are people who build boats. I'm just going to call him the Shipmaster. Alright, now I want to go back down and have another word with this mayor. Shoving their way past the servants, the party discovered the mayor in his sitting room. William brusquely informed the official that they were on to his corrupt dealings with the pirates. The mayor blustered, then retreated into his bedroom. William followed to find the mayor pulling an empty trunk from the closet. Jabbering something about a mayor's conclave in Gone, he threw a haphazard heap of clothes and papers into the trunk. William turned away in disgust. You can run, Mayor, but you can't hide. My brother and father will send men to track you down and bring you to justice. Huh. Okay, well, that's something, I guess. Let's see, over here is Penwhite's house. Oh. What leveled up? See, I'm learning. There we go, his range magic skill went up. So I know that if I don't see red numbers anywhere out here, then it has to be in the spell casting skill subscreen. Okay, looks like he's gone as well. Well, all right. So, how much room do we have? I think we can pick up the rest of this armor. Or at least some of it. We may have to play a little inventory Tetris. No, we got it all. And some of this, yeah, like, see, 89 for him. That's going to be a small increase. He got the 91, which I actually want to give over to her, because he's got 89, and she gets in melee a little more often. There we go. Okay, so that's the best everybody can get. Still haven't found anywhere to buy arrows. Huh. Well, we'll figure it out. But that means that we have picked up everything that we can pick up. And oh, we have another weapon to sell as well. So I don't know if this shop is still open. I hope so. Of course. Okay, well, we will just wait until morning then. And we're going to get rid of that last sword. I love the little snoring noise. There we go. Now we have more than enough money to grab a couple of things from in here, namely some long swords. So we're going to do that. I'm going to snag a couple of long swords and equip those, sell those short swords, and then unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to wait to sell all of this armor until we get back to Aspreza, but at least that's where we're going. So, next time, we'll begin our journey back north as we retrace our steps. I'll look around here a little bit for any other pirate encounters, random battles, maybe chests, buried treasure, whatever we can find. And then we're going to head back up on the west side here of this forest. We'll stop off to drop that armor in Aspreza, because we are not paying 200 burlas to take the coach up there. And then we'll head back to Briala. We will complete that side quest with Lonzo's calves and see what our reward is. You know, maybe pick up some send water for cheap, that kind of thing. And I might even spam resting in the inn for free a little bit, because it doesn't use any food, and we know that as time passes, skills increase. So that might, if they haven't already done this on their own, top off a few skills that are close, like electricity for Aaron, or archery for Kalen. And then we will head west from Briala on to Amatsi, and we've got a lot of different places to go. We can visit Aliero and Medova before we turn south for Panizzo, or we could hit up Ligano and go that way. All of this territory, like, I'm sure this road is full of treasure chests and random encounters and things too. So, like, we've got a whole lot of area to explore. I was told that this game was a lot more linear than Betrayal at Krondor, but so far it feels pretty open. So I'm not upset. In fact, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that you we'll be looking forward to it as well. You can join me for episode 4 of Betrayal in Antara next Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is New York and Miami time here in the U.S. where I'm at. And don't forget, too, to stop by on Mondays for Final Fantasy VII with Specific Pixel, and on Thursdays for Titan Quest as well at the same time. And you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Pillow Fort for updates on what's going on with the channel. Give me your thoughts, leave your comments, tell me what you think of the stream and what other games you'd like to see me play on the channel. And also be sure, when I upload this to YouTube, to pop over and follow me on there as well so that you can keep abreast of all of the uploads, because I always try to take these streams and put them up there the very next day if I can. So if you've missed out on anything, you can catch up with that playlist, and I'll bid you adieu until the next time we meet. I hope to see you there, and as always, thanks for playing.